Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you are playing this pre-recorded session. This session is something that was done previously earlier this month, and if you have any questions at all about the class, then you can always email me at yoga.3 So, if you want to make your way to the center of your mat, and then whichever way you have crossed your legs, I want you to uncross them and cross them in the other way, other direction, other way. Just so you get that small feeling of something that's not quite as normal as you would normally have it. Good. Now let's take a deep breath in through the nose and a strong breath out through the mouth. Get a deep breath in through the nose and a strong breath out. One more like that. Deep breath in through the nose. Strong breath out. Good. Relax your shoulders. And start to breathe in whatever rate you feel is good for you. Good. Now as you next inhale, let's start to lift our arms above our heads, and let's take our arms back a little bit as we do this. We're puffing our chest out naturally. Good, let's reach our hands up like we're doing a big stretch like we do first thing in the morning. Good, let's take hold of our right wrist with our left hand. Pull that arm up nice and high and then dip over to the left hand side. Good, see if you can turn a little bit towards the ceiling and then come back to center. Good, swap over your hands, reach up with a long inhale. Exhale, dip yourself over. And then again, turn towards the ceiling. And then come back up to center. Good, reach those fingertips nice and high, and then reach forwards as you fold over your legs. Good, take a long breath in, right to the back part of your body. Good, and then slowly start to draw yourself back to sitting. Take a little twist over to the left-hand side. Shift your left shoulder back. And then take it all the way around to the other side. And then back to center. Just roll your shoulders, move your head in all the directions that feel good, just to loosen yourself up. Take one more long breath in. And then this time, steady breath out. Good. Let's move ourselves over onto all fours. Fingers are nicely spread, knees are underneath our hips. Toes are tucked. We're feeling nice and strong in our all fours position. Good. We're going to take our left leg all the way to the back of the room. Good. Rotate in your ankle just to loosen it up. Good. Now inhale again and lift this leg as high as you possibly can. Keep pressing with the heel to straighten out that leg. Good. Now trying to keep this leg as high as possible. We're going to draw it forwards and to the side as we turn to the left. Good. Then extend it all the way back out. Look back down towards the floor. Good. Again, keeping this as high as possible. Turn to the left, draw that knee up. And then send it all the way back out. Good. Again, draw it up, Hold it there. Good. Now press a little bit firmer with your arms to lift yourself a little higher. Start to tilt back round, knee comes under, and squeeze it up towards your chest. Good. We're going to come up onto our fingertips to get ourselves a little higher, and then step that foot up in between our hands. Good. Inhale, let's lift. Low lunge. Interlace the fingers and point your index fingers up towards the ceiling. Good. Now we're going to start to extend our heel back on the back leg. So we're lifting the knee away from the floor. Good. Let's bring those hands down into a prayer. Let's turn to the left. See if you can touch your right elbow to your left knee. Press your hands firmly. Strengthen your back leg. Breathe. As you exhale, see if you can open your arms up onto the outside of your left leg. Good. Rebend those elbows. Come back to center. Reach your hands behind you as you press more weight into your left foot and lift the back foot away from the floor. A warrior 3. Good. See if you can straighten your standing leg. Plant that foot back down behind you. Bring the knee down to the floor. Lift yourself up. Low lunge. Good. Bring your hands back down onto the fingers. Let's take that left foot away from the floor. Squeeze it up towards your chest. Good. Turn back to where we were. So we're kind of going in a reverse, like someone's hit rewind. Take the leg back out. Turn back towards the floor. And then bring that leg down. Good. Let's wiggle our hips. Bit of cat-cow. Good. Making sure that we're still breathing nice and steadily. As we do exactly the same thing on the right leg. Good. Let's take that leg out. Press the heel back. Rotate those ankles. Good. Let's lift that leg up as high as you possibly can. Press with your hands. Good. Now turn to the right as you draw your knee as high as possible. Good. Send it all the way back out. Turn back towards the floor. Again, inhale, draw that knee. Keep it as high as possible. And then take it all the way back out. Good. Last time, draw this knee as high as you can up. And then squeeze it underneath you as you turn towards the floor. High onto the fingertips. Keep that leg raised. Plant that foot in between your hands. Good. Inhale, let's lift. Low lunge. Fingers interlace. Index fingers point towards the ceiling. Good. Now try and make yourself as steady as possible here as you start to lift. Back knee away from the floor. Come high onto the toes. Bend deeply into your right foot, right knee. Hands come back down towards your chest. Turn to the right. Elbow connects with the outside of your right knee. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Breathe. Good. Now start to flare your arms open if you can. Breathe. Good. Bring those hands back to a prayer. Start to turn back towards the front. Take the hands behind you. More weight goes into your right foot as you lift yourself up. Warrior 3. Keep those toes active on the left foot. Good. Start to straighten your standing leg as you then start to plant your feet behind you. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Lower the back knee. Good. Low lunge. Hands come back down towards the floor. Lift that right foot away from the mat. Then turn. Open them out to the side. Extend. And then turn them back to face the floor. as you bring your knee back down. Good, again, wiggle your bum. Do some cat-cow movements. Good. Let's take our hands a little bit further forwards, keeping our thumb and little finger firmly pressed down into the floor as we lift ourselves up and back into a downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Good. Now press more weight into your right foot as you lift the left leg up. Now come really high on the right toes. Think about your inner right ankle. No, think about your inner left ankle. Lift from there. So we want to try and lift that leg up nice and high, but keeping it close to that midline. Good. Now we're going to curl this leg underneath us, come all the way over the top of our hands, and then send ourselves all the way back. 3-leg dog. Good. This time we're going to bend that extended leg, open our hips to the side, and look underneath our armpit. Left armpit. Good. Square the body back. Again, pull forwards, knee comes under. Go over the top of your fingers before pulling all the way back. 3-leg dog. Good. This time, we're going to bend the knee, open the hips, and then see if we can come high on our left fingertips. Keep pressing with the right hand. Good, turn back, curl the leg underneath you, pull right over the tops of your fingers, and then step that left foot in between your hands. Good, let's take that left foot out towards the left-hand side. Come onto the right fingertips, and then reach your left hand up, round, towards the ceiling. Now strengthen your back leg. Breathe. Good. We're going to reach our left hand forwards. Start to lift the right hand forwards as well. And then lift into a high lunge. Good. Floating ribcage comes back. Bend deeply into that front knee. Good. Fold yourself back down towards the floor. Shuffle your left foot back in towards the center. And then lift yourself up, standing splits. Before tucking that right knee up in towards your chest. Down to the floor. And roll the body up. Good, extend arms. Interlace the fingers, palms go towards the ceiling. And then slowly bring yourself back down towards the floor. Take a long breath in. Sigh it out. Another long breath in. Sigh it out. Good, long breath in. Sigh it out. Good, now staying low, we're going to bend our knees nice and deeply, feet still together, toes lift away from the floor as you press your bum back, and then lift your arms up into a deep chair pose. Good, bring your hands down towards your chest and turn to the left. Elbow goes on top of the left knee. Breathe. Good, come back to center and then turn the other way. Keep breathing. Good, come back to center, extend your legs, reach your hands towards the ceiling. This time, big toes plant into the floor and take a back bend. Good, come all the way back. Fold forwards. Down towards the floor. Good, let's step our left leg all the way to the back of the mat. Shift it back as far as you can. Then bring your right leg back with you. Again, shift it back as far as you can. So we're in a plank. Good. We're going to take the elbows wide as we slowly lower ourselves halfway. Once you get halfway, pull forwards, roll onto the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. Good. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe. Long breath in. Steady breath out. Long breath in. Steady breath out. Long breath in. Steady breath out. Good. Press your left toes firmly into the floor as you lift your right leg up. Good. Think about your inner right ankle. Try and lift from there. Good. We're going to curl underneath. Draw ourselves over the tops of our fingers and then send it all the way back. Three-leg dog. Bend that knee and open the hips to the side. Look underneath your right armpit. Come high on your left toes. Good. Curl it underneath. Pull forwards. Take it all the way back and up. Good. Bend the knee again. Open the hips, but this time come high onto your right fingertips so you get more lift. Good. Curl it underneath and step your foot up in between your hands. Good. Let's take that right foot out towards the right hand side. Come high onto your left fingertips as you lift. Right arm up. Keep reaching. Strengthen that back leg. Good. Take that hand forward again. Take the left arm away from the floor. Lift. High lunge. Strengthen your back leg. Oh, my little fluffy thing has come on here. My mic. Good. And then let's bring our hands back down towards the floor. Good. Press more weight into your right foot and lift yourself up. Standing splits. Good. Gather that left knee in. And then step right next to the right. As you roll the body up. Nice and slowly. Reach your hands towards the ceiling. And then fold back down towards the floor. Here, let your arms dangle. Regain your breath. Here, once again, start to bend your knees nice and deeply. Stick your bum back. Lift all 10 toes away from the mat as you reach. Arms up into a deep chair pose. Good. Again, bring your hands down towards your chest. Turn to the right. Keep squeezing those knees together. If you feel your left knee popping forwards, shift your left hip back. Good. Come back to center. And then turn to the left. Breathe. Good. Come back to center. Extend your legs. Reach up towards the ceiling. Big toes press in. Lean back. And then come forwards. Fold yourself down towards the floor. Hands come down. Head is heavy. Breathe. Good. Now we're going to lift our left leg, or left foot, sorry, away from the floor. Good. Extend that leg up and back to the back of the mat. Good. Press more weight into your right foot as you lift. into a high lunge. Good, now we're going to pivot on our back foot to bring us out into Warrior 2. So take your legs nice and wide so you can sink deeply into that right knee. Arms come parallel with the floor. Turn and look over your right hand. Breathe. Good, we're going to turn our right palm towards the ceiling. Take it back. Open up the right side of your body. Sink a little lower into that right knee. Breathe. Good, come forward. Bend the right elbow. Plant it on top of the right thigh. Palm faces the ceiling. We're then going to reach our left arm towards the ceiling, making a diagonal. Good. Now from here, take the right arm off. Sink deeper into that front knee. Turn towards the left-hand side more before pulling all the way back up. Warrior 2. Good, let's start to straighten our right leg. Pull the body forwards. Rotate that hand down, either bringing your hand onto your shin or onto the floor, whichever one works best for you, into a triangle pose. Good, breathe. Good, let's roll ourselves back up. Turn those front toes to point in the same direction as the back foot. So our legs are wide. Good. Now inhale. We're going to lift our arms and bend our knees nice and slowly. Lift your bum back. Breathe. Keep sinking. Keep sinking. Good. Hold it there. Lift your chest. Breathe. Good. Now start to extend your legs. Turn left toes towards the back of the room. Keep that leg straight. We'll go into triangle first. So shifting yourself the other way into triangle. Breathe. Good, then come all the way back up. Rebend into your left knee. Turn the left palm. Extend into an exalted warrior. Sink a little lower into that front knee before bringing that left elbow down on top of the left knee and reach the right arm over your head. Good, see if you can stay with it. Then when you're ready, reach the left arm away from the knee and turn more to the right. Good, let's press ourselves all the way back into Warrior 2. Straighten our left leg again. Turn the toes back towards the front or the side. So we're on side on. Hands go onto our hips. Roll our shoulders back. And then fold forwards, chest first. Good, maybe take the feet just a little bit wider if you're able to. Interlace your thumbs behind your back. And slowly as you inhale, lift those arms up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Good, slowly start to draw yourself back up. Hands go onto your waist. Let's turn our toes on the right foot back towards the front. Bend deeply into that front knee. Long breath in. As you take your arms out, lift your shoulders. And then exhale to pivot the hands down towards the floor. Unplug your left heel. And then get ready to then take your right leg back and up. Three-leg dog. Good. Bring that foot down towards the floor. Downward facing dog. Pull forwards into a plank. Come really high onto your tiptoes. Good, take the elbows wide, slowly lowering yourself down towards the floor. Halfway, when you get halfway, pull forwards, roll over the tops of your feet, up into upward facing dog. Breathe. Open your chest. Good, then flip yourself back into child's pose. And regain your breath. Steady breaths in. Steady breaths out. Good. When you're ready, let's interlace the thumbs behind our back. Pull your thumbs back to lift your torso, lift your chest. Good, re-extend your arms towards the ceiling and then bring them all the way to the top of the mat. Pull yourself through a low chaturanga and into a cobra. And then tuck your toes into a downward facing dog. Here we're going to draw our right knee forwards up towards our chest. We're going to pivot on our left foot and lift our left arm up towards the ceiling, connecting our right foot on top of the left knee. Breathe. Good, let's roll ourselves back towards the floor, but keep our legs where they are. Now we're going to pad our hands back towards us as far as you're able to go. Once you get as far back as you can, see if you can slowly lift yourself up into a tree. Breathe. Good, let's step that right foot down. Lift our arms towards the ceiling. Fold forwards and then walk our hands back to the top of the mat so we go back into a downward facing dog. Good. Let's bring our left knee forwards as we pull forwards. Let's turn on the right foot and then lift our right arm up towards the ceiling, bringing our left foot onto the inside of our right leg. Breathe. Good, let's bring that right hand back down. Come back onto the toes of the right foot. And the same thing again. Bring yourself back to the back of the mat. And then when you're ready, start to roll up into a tree pose. And once you're there, hold it nice and steady. See how still you can make yourself before bringing that left foot down onto the floor. Extend your arms, reach up right from the base of your rib cage, and fold slowly down towards the floor. Good, again, pad your hands forwards, make your way back into downward facing dog. Breathe, 3 breaths.
We've become echoes, but echoes to fade away.
One more breath.
Into the dark as we die under the way.
Good, and then bring yourself to your knees, untuck your toes,
Strangers in your head,
and take a child's pose.
remember, as if you can't forget. It's only been a moment, it's only been a life.
Regain your breath. Good. Let's bring our hands forwards. So we come back onto downward facing dog. Good. Let's lift our right leg up. Come really high on the left toes, so get yourself as high as you possibly can. And then curl the leg underneath you. Let's take a pigeon. Right knee behind right wrist, left toes out to the left-hand side. Let's lower our left knee down. Shift our left foot back as much as you can. Come high onto your fingertips. Breathe. Good, now we're going to squeeze our knees together. Gather some energy up into your lower half of your body so that you can lift your hands up either onto your thigh and foot, or into a prayer, or towards the ceiling. Yogi's choice. Good, let's fold ourselves back down towards the floor, folding as far over that leg as you wish. Good, let's start to bring our hands back underneath our shoulders. Lift our back knee, take it back into a three-leg dog. Good, pull forwards into a three-leg plank. Take it down through a chaturanga and back into a cobra. Flip your toes, back into a downward facing dog. Good, let's lift our left leg up, high on the right toes. Good, let's draw this leg forwards and take a pigeon on the other side. Lower the back knee down. Squeeze your knees together. Lift. Breathe. Find that strength in your legs to keep lifting you up before folding down towards the floor. Folding yourself over as far as you wish to go, either bringing your hands fully forwards or bringing your hands into fists underneath your forehead to give it something to rest on. And breathe. And then when you're ready, let's start to bring our hands underneath our shoulders. So open up our chest. Making sure that your back toes are tucked. We're going to lift the back knee, take it back into a three-leg dog. Extend out as far as you can as you pull forwards into a three-leg plank, lowering it down to a three-leg chaturanga. And then back into a cobra. And then shift yourself back, child's pose. Breathe. Wherever your muscles are hurting, see if you can try and relax them a bit more. Good, and then nice and slowly take your hands behind you, interlace the thumbs, and then start to roll your body up onto your heels by pressing your fist back. Uninterlace your thumbs. Let's bring our fingertips down by our side. You can do this next bit sitting cross-legged if it's uncomfortable to sit on your heels like this. Good, let's take our right hand a little bit further out to the side. And reach the other hand over to take a side stretch. Breathe. Good, and then let's windmill our hands round to do the same thing on the other side. Good, and then come back to seated. Let's shift our bum onto the floor. But let's take our left knee, so it's pointing forwards, and we're going to wrap the other knee on top. If you're unable to do this, you can bring the other leg back, so it's sitting on the ankle, or you can take the bottom leg out from underneath, so it's straight forwards. Okay, so find whichever position works best for you. And we're going to do a series of little dips, walking our hands forwards each time. Okay, so take your hands wide and up onto the fingertips. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, dip your chest by bending your elbows. And then lift all the way back up. Good, walk your hands forwards a little bit. Again, deep breath in. Dip your chest. And lift. Good, walk the hands forward a little further. Take a deep breath in. Dip the chest. And then lift. Good, let's roll ourselves back into an upright position. Let's unravel our legs and re-ravel them in the opposite direction. So that's bringing our right knee forwards and wrapping the other leg around. Again, taking any of those variations if you need to. Hands wide by our side. On the right side. Good, take a deep breath in, lift your chest. And then fold over that knee. Pause. And lift. Good, walk the hands forwards. Deep breath in. Fold. And lift. Good. Walk the hands forwards. Deep breath in. Fold. And lift. Good. Let's unravel our legs. Bring the soles of our feet together. Bring our feet as close to our body as you possibly can. And then connect your elbows to the inside of your knees. Good. Now we want to try and sit up straight as much as we can here. As we inhale and lift. And exhale, release. Press your legs away from each other. Again, inhale and lift. Exhale and press. Inhale and lift. Exhale and press. Good, and then lift your knees up towards one another and give yourself a big squeeze. Good, let's turn ourselves, if you're not already, so you're lengthways along the mat. We're going to bring our hands down by our side to stabilize ourselves as we lift our legs up. Good. Then we are going to interlace our fingers behind our legs, but hopefully try not to touch them. It's a bit of a gauge. Good. Now hold your core body nice and strong here to lift your chest. And then we're going to cross our feet one way, extend our legs. Cross our feet the other way, extend our legs. Cross our feet the other way, extend our legs. And keep these movements going. Good, last one. And then release your hands and press your legs forwards to lie yourself back down onto the floor. And once you get all the way down, just take a moment to just allow yourself to lie flat on the floor. Here, nice and slow, let's draw our knees in towards our chest. Squeeze them up. And just rock yourself gently on your lower back. Then squeeze your right knee towards your body and lift your left leg up. And flex your foot so that you're trying to press the sole of your foot onto the ceiling. Good, then start to extend that left leg down towards the floor. As you start to draw your right knee across your body, take your right arm out to the side, turn your head to the right, breathe. Slowly start to draw that leg back up. Squeeze it in. Draw the left knee in with you. Good, again, squeeze them both close to your chest. Take hold of just the left knee with both hands and reach your foot on the right leg to the ceiling. Imagine you're planting that right foot right on top of the ceiling. Good, keeping this leg nice and long. Lower it down towards the floor. Good, now start to draw that left knee across the body, taking the left arm out towards the side. Slowly move this leg back towards the center. Draw your right leg in. Squeeze it up again. And then take both legs out towards the floor. And once they come down, let the toes lay on one side or another. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then let it go. Good, and then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and your nose. Use an inhale to draw your knees up towards your chest, and then roll yourself over to either the right or the left-hand side. And slowly press yourself up to a seated position that you took at the beginning of the session. Take a long breath in and then sigh it out. And flutter your eyelids open. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, no matter what it is that you're doing. But to all of you who have practiced today, but most importantly to yourselves, we can bow and say, Namaste. Thanks everybody.
Sunday.
Have a very Merry Christmas.